Good morning, Yoel. I hear you. I see you. I don't see you, but I hear you. Good morning. Who's that? Moshe Apter? The two 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds. Yoel, how old are you? 14. And Moshe Apter is 13, right? Yalla, can we start? We're waiting. Don't start yet. Did you start up there? Pausing. Can we go? What? Meanwhile, I'll make a bracha. Okay, that needs to be muted. Somebody come help him. Yalla, I'm going to start. Today is the 48th day in the Omer. Hayoim shmoina v'arboim yoim shehem shisha shavuos v'shisha yomim ba'omer. It's very interesting that not a single person wrote me anything about Tzvir Soim. Oh yeah, one person wrote me that it saved him. I'm just curious if I'm just wasting my time, if we should do this next year. What? It saved you, so why don't you write me an email? It's saved. Okay, here. But the last day is also saved? You think somebody went all the way till the end? Today's shir is being sponsored by Andrew Fuchs, Lili Nishmas, his grandfather Shmuel Yehuda ben Shamshin, on his 29th yahrzeit, Dalet Sivan. He was a Holocaust survivor who never lost faith and rebuilt his life after the war. Yishkoyach, thanks Yeshua. I received the email this morning from a koil guy. I'm starting a new thing. If a koil guy, a younger man, sends me email, they're going to go to the front of the list. So he is going all the way to the front, and it seems like I might know his mishpacha. His name is Yehuda Pluchak. I was very, very close to Reb Moshe Pluchak, who's a Rav today, a very chashuv person. I was very, very close to him. I spent many Shabbosim in their house after he got married. It says like this: Hi Rebelli, I'm an active participant of the shir. Thank you very much. I'm a Lakewood younger man. I heard about you from my chavrusa, Yeshua Ludmir, and I'm still trying to piece together your life from Tifrach at the age of 10, back to America, to a koil guy, to a caterer, to a plumber, to living in Chicago, to real estate. We're still trying to fill in the blanks. Yehuda Pluchak, thank you for the shout out for my grandfather. So he is Moshe Pluchak's nephew, not brother. I got it. Okay, that makes sense. So his grandfather is the Rosh Hashiva that was just nifter in New York, Rabbi Pluchak from Corona. He's a very, very chashuv person. You want to piece together. Listen, I myself don't know my own story. Yeah, when I was 10 years old, my parents made aliyah to Eretz Yisrael. My own father-in-law, I was married for like 15 years, sitting at home at the Suda, and he says, and you're an Israeli. I'm like, hello, I've been married for 15 years. You don't know I lived in America till I was 10 years old, and only then I moved to Israel for 3 years? He had no clue. So I don't know, I'm confused myself. What happened? I'm trying to piece it together myself. I moved to Israel, went to Tashbar for a few months. That didn't work out well because I convinced the whole school to do Afganat. I was the cop, I was a Shegetz, Tziyoni, and they had to beat me up, but they weren't able to beat me up. So then they canceled recess. So my father said, it's not good for Tashbar not to have recess. And he sent me to Tifrach. Tifrach is in the middle of the desert, and it was Yeshiva Ktana. I was what? Yeah, next to Ofakim. Stayed there all week. My Rebbe was Rabbi Levine or something. He's now the Rosh Hashiva of the Yeshiva G'dayla of Tifrach. Chashva guy. So that's pretty much it. What else? I went from, maybe the only guy that went from Passaic to Chaim Berlin ever in history. I wanted to go down to my age group, so I was the youngest guy in Passaic. I went down to, and when I went to Faher by Rebbe Shechter, this might explain a little bit. He looks at me and he goes, wait, it says here that you went to Yeshiva Ktana when you're 10 years old. Are you an Eloi? So I'm like, I asked you a question, answer. Are you an Eli? So I said, my father thinks I'm an Eli, but I'm not. He's like, oh, that's an Eli, you should answer. Anyway, so that kind of explains it. Yeah, I'm not an Eli, far from it. But my father wanted to advance me in learning. He thought that was the way to do it. I don't agree with it so much, but anyway. So that's that. The rest of the pieces of catering, plumbing will have to be another shiur. What do we have here? Okay, one more email here. Ishkoyach Rab Pluchak, younger man from Lakewood. This is from Shlomi Rosenberg. It's a long one. We'll skip around here. Thank you and the team for super enjoyable shiur, making us all feel like we're in the Zoom room, in the room with you, even if we were time shifting. He's big into the time shifting. On that note, and as the unelected ambassador of time shifters everywhere, please allow me to point out that there are way more time shifters than people attending live on Zoom or YouTube. You usually have approximately 200 or so live, whereas on YouTube you have another 500-600 people time shifting. And it's more with, and he writes, Torah Anytime, the app, the this, that, okay, fine. 2, there are tremendous advantages to time shifting. Here are all the things that you can do in the live shiur, but that you can't do in the live shiur, but we can do with time shifting. Hey, chazara. Sometimes I miss a point and want to hear it again. No worries, just click an instant replay. Hashrara. Occasionally, one has to go out for an urgent matter, bodily or family, and now can pause and resume without missing anything. C. V'hazman ktsara. We can transcend time with Reb Eli shiur. How? At the beginning, he starts off more slowly. So you can adjust the playback speed to the maximum you find comfortable, maybe 1.75 or 2. Then as you get to about 15-20 minutes in, and he speeds up, you slow it down to 1.5. When you turn to Amud Beis, I usually need to go to 1.25 or slower if Reb Eli is short on time and decides to floor it. So there it is. Just some of the reasons why time shifting is better. Still hoping to be there in person in Merkaz one day, B'Karov. In the meantime, thank you for the B'Shez's team. To the Mechazik thousands around the world globally every day. We know it's a ton of work, and we are most grateful. Thank you for the Yomi and helping us keep close to learning many for the first time with much love and akar satoiv, Shlomi and everyone else. Shlomi Rosenberg. Very nice. Beautiful. All right. Let's jump into it. We are holding on Daf Pei Aleph. Today's Daf Pei Beis. We're holding 135 words from the end of the page. How do I know that? Because Noam told me yesterday that I did a terrible job in time management and we didn't even do a daf. So I told him I think we did more than a daf. And I went back and we started 205 words before the end of Pei Amud Beis. And we got to Pei Aleph Amud Beis 135 words. So we did a little bit more than a daf. Omer Rabbi Yochanan, I don't know how many lines. 16 lines from the bottom. Omer Rabbi Yochanan, going back to toilet paper. One cannot use earthenware, the very sharp, broken pieces of earthenware for toilet paper. My taima, ilema mishum sakana. If it's because we're concerned, he'll cut himself, sakana afilu b'chol nami. Nothing to do with Shabbos. V'ela mishum kshofim. I'm concerned, kishuf. So we'll see, especially if it was used before, kishuf. Afilu b'chol nami loy. So it has nothing to do with Shabbos. Why does Rabbi Yochanan tell me, on Shabbos don't use earthenware? There's two reasons that we could think of. Either sakana or kishuf. They both apply on the weekdays. Nothing to do with the Shabbos issue. Velo misho mashoras nimin. Okay, we found a third problem. Cutting of the hair, which is goizes. Dov Hashem iskavenu. But Rabbi Yochanan l'chayr holds like Reb Shimon, that if you don't intend to do the malacha, it might happen, it might not happen. Should I repeat all the emails? Oh, you saw, okay, great. You like Hillel. Come in a couple of minutes late, but he has it, he's ready, you could chazer him, you could faher him. You could come up here to Makom Kavua. Nobody will see you. Oh, maybe these guys. Yeah, I said it on purpose. Makom Kavua. We got to get you Makom Kavua. You got to be a Kavua. No more excuses. I want you to be part of this year again. Says the Gemara, and especially put you now on the spot in front of 10 people. Nobody else saw these 10 people. Okay, so we have a problem. If it's because of Davar Sheni Miskaven, like dragging a bench on Shabbos, you might make a groove, you might not make a groove. Obviously, it's not 100% that he's going to do Asharas Nim, he's going to do Goizes. If it was 100%, everybody agrees, psikresha, if you're going to cut an animal's head off, you can't say, oh, v'loyamos, I didn't realize he's going to die. Obviously, it's aser. So if it's a 50-50 or whatever it is, 75-25, whatever you could do it, according to Reb Shimon. So what is the problem on Shabbos? There's no problem. Said something, it's our job to figure it out. Perhaps what he meant to say is, yeah, of course, you shouldn't use earthenware on the weekday. But perhaps al Shabbos, you have a dilemma. You have a piece of muktzah in front of you called a stone, and you have a piece of earthenware in front of you that it'll cut you maybe, or the kishuf maybe. Maybe I should use this earthenware because it's a kli. It's better than using something that's muktzah. Kamashmala, no. Use the muktzah. I'm going to be relaxed on muktzah because it's the rabbanon and it's a covered abriyos, and don't put yourself into danger, whether it's kishuf or getting cut, whatever the danger is. That's what he meant. Yeah, of course. So he understood that in the weekday it's aser. He's just saying on Shabbos, don't think that you should make some sort of heter and use it on Shabbos. No, it's a far out fetched thing that you might get cut. It's better to use it than no. Be careful, don't get cut. We'll relax the muktzah rules for you. Rava says the pshat is goizes. Now we said goizes is a big problem. Because if you say the problem is goizes, you are forced to say that Rabbi Yochanan holds davar she'einu miskaven aser. He says you're not allowed to use this thing. Now again, let's go in step. It's not 100% because if it's 100%, there's no question at all. So it's not 100% you're going to cut it here. It's 50% you're going to cut it here. And nevertheless, Rabbi Yochanan says it's aser, so he doesn't hold like Rabbi Shimon. He holds like Rabbi Yehuda. Davar she'einu miskaven aser. That's a problem. Because then it's a contradiction. How would he say, therefore he must hold davar she'einu miskaven is aser? He doesn't say specifically. But in general, Rabbi Yochanan holds like the anonymous Mishnah, like Remeir, usually. And he passes like the Stam Mishnah. Utnan, what does it say in the Stam Mishnah? Nazir chayfef, a Nazir, who also has an isser to pull out a hair even during the weekday. He has to keep his hair growing long, and every hair he pulls out is an isser. He's allowed to chayfev u'mefasves avaloi sorek. He's allowed to shampoo his hair with sand, like the birds do in those days. There was a thing, I guess. Take a bunch of sand, dirt, put it in your hair. It's just trying to teach us that we're kind of lucky. We should appreciate what we have. We have shampoo, we have toilet paper, all these things. So he's allowed to do it. When you shampoo your hair, you use dirt, 50% chance that you, like after the shower, you look on the floor, there's a bunch of hair, yeah? It's a thing. Hair is going to fall out a lot of times. Maybe not 100%, 90%. And Rabbi Yochanan passes like the Mishnah. It's a Stam Mishnah. He passes like it. In other words, he holds davar she'einu miskaven mutter. So what are you telling me? Davar she'einu miskaven aser, it's a stira. Elo machvar toker b'nosim barishaya. So we have to go back to this pshat that we just said, that he was just trying to say, yes, it's aser to use earthenware during the weekday because it's sakana. I would think that maybe you should use it on Shabbos. It's better to use muktzah than sakana. No, chamir sakanta miyisur kind of thing. Stay away from a sakana. Sakana is always bad. Don't be relaxed when it comes to sakana. Don't daven in minyanim if you don't have to, if it's a sakana. Don't go to shir if you don't have to, if it's a sakana. Be makbid on sakanas and don't be a big tzaddik. Mike Shofim says the Gemara, a beautiful story. What's going on here with this Shofim? People that use earthenware, there could be kishuf. What? So, we have the famous Rav Chizda and Rabbi Bar Rav Huna, as we're actually going to have him again coming up immediately on Amud Aleph. They were on a boat. So Goya tells them, hey, stop the boat, I want to jump on. No, we don't travel with women like that. They didn't allow her. So she said, Psakishuf. She threw out a few words. The boat stopped moving. So they in return said their thing, their psukim or whatever. Sharyua started moving. So she started complaining. Oof, I can't win with you Jews. Well, I can't beat you. The reason why my kishuv is not working, you don't use earthenware. In other words, you see from here that earthenware is a cause of kishuv. And you don't crush a louse on your clothing. You take it off the clothing, you give it a good kvetch, you kill it, but not on your clothing. And you don't take out a vegetable, let's say they had whatever leeks wrapped up in a string, you don't pull one out. If you pull one out, that can cause, what is this, a speaker? It's a scary device. Let me show everybody what we're dealing with here. What is this? Anybody know? He's not telling me. Oh, it's a speakerphone. It's for Zoom people to speak to me. That's what it is. Oh, very fancy. Yeah, but he's coming out of the camera, not coming out of this. You gotta readjust something. Hi, Avi. We recognize that voice, and I don't see the olam on the screen. What happened over there? They were there a minute ago on Zoom. Rabbi, so we're getting I'm gonna just use my laptop here. Something like that. You might not be able to see it eventually. It's going to be on a nice platform, but I'll see the Zoom people closer with their names and everything. I'll be able to interact a little bit better. The screen will remain, so you can be like sitting in the Beis Medrash virtually. And on my screen in a smaller virtual way. Anyway, very interesting what it says here. It says that she thought that her kishuv didn't work, but the Gemara says it did work. It said it stopped the boat. They had to use something. So in other words, they probably used cheres. She just didn't realize it. Or they did one of those things. I never really quoted the Baal Shem Tov when it comes to Gemara, but he says a cube shot that the art school brings down. He says that, what did they say? Amru inu milsa. Milsa stands, Rosh Tevis, mechashefa loisechaya. So they said that pasuk. It doesn't really fit in so much with Rashi, because Rashi says they use shemos. I don't see the shemos in that pasuk, but okay. But it's a cube shot. Milsa, Amrlu, Milsa. Great.
Maybe she
so
did against the boat, not against them. She first did against the boat itself.
Yeah.
Then she wanted to do it against them, but it would take her and it would work against them.
You're saying that
She stopped the boat, but she couldn't harm them.
yeah, but isn't it one of the same kishuv works on the boat that the person is in? I hear. You're saying there's no raya that it actually didn't work on them. She tried to harm them. Why would you do something in the boat? Just kill them on the spot. If you're going to do kishuv against them.
All right, I'll stop the boat. You see who you're dealing with.
I hear. You want to be mechalik. That there's two kishuv. What?
Because they managed to cancel her kishuv. And usually in kishuv, only the person who did it is the one that could release it. But being able to release it, that shows that they had some.
So she knew that it worked, but why did it work l'chatchila? The question is, why did it work l'chatchila if they were makbid not to use cheres? All right, we're holding enough pay Beis Amud Aleph on top. Omalei Ravuna l'Rabbi Berei. Ravuna, the famous Ravuna, tells his son Rabbi. We just had him in the story. Oh, you got it. Free. Jonathan, Lumdish. Wow, Chefs in a Gavra. My time, you didn't tell me about that. My time is a Stefansky. My time is coming there of what? There's a difference. Eli doesn't mean you're a Lamdan. Lamdan is a Lamdan. My time is coming there of Chizda. You got to pay attention to this sugya, very important sugya. Ravuna tells his son, I don't understand, why don't you go learn by Rav Chizda? He's amazing. The Mechadin Shmaitze, he's really sharp. You're going to gain a lot from him. What are you doing here? Omar Lei, what do we have to do with Rav Chizda? It doesn't serve me a purpose. All he does is talks non-Torah stuff. Omar Li, I'll give you an example. He starts talking a bathroom talk. Whoever goes to the bathroom, you shouldn't sit down forcefully. Don't push too hard. Don't too much. The haikar kashta. So the way it works, the body, the pipe, the karkashta, atlas shine yosef, the sphincter. You want to be more specific. Sphincter sits on 3 pegs, whatever you want to call them, shinayim, the teeth. It looks. Dilma mishtamto shine de karkashto v'osile sakana. You're gonna try too hard to go to the bathroom. It could pop one out. You'll have major issues. Sakana. Amalei. So his father Rav Huna tells him, "Who asik b'chay de v'yasa." He's teaching you how to live, how to save your life. If he was talking sports, shtusim, okay, I hear. But he's telling you how to live. He's trying to save your life. That's a big problem. Go back and learn. So like every other Agadata, if you want, you could look a little deeper into it. You go to the Ben Yada, the Maral, the Chidushei Halachas from the Marsha, whatever, So I looked at the Ben Yada, he says, very interesting. And I want the Olam, it's a hint to the Olam, because yesterday there's a lot of toilet, I said Toto, S350, whatever. I'm sure there's tightness of what's going on here. Says the Ben Yada that, what's Takab Shad in the Rav Chisda? What, he sat there all day long and gave drushes in the bathroom? Says Ben Yada, no, there's a deeper meaning here. There's Torah here. What he's trying to say is that if a person decides he wants to make a lot of money and he's going to work a lot, it's negetas balabatim. Guys spend a lot of time working. They think that, more hours equals more dollars. Says the Gemara, if you're going to try hard, right? Litrach, try hard. You're going to miss out on the three things that hold up the world. Torah, Avodah, Gemilas Chasadim. You're going to miss the daf because he's so busy working till 11 o'clock at night. You're not going to learn. You're not going to go on Atzala calls like Levi and you. And Avodah, what's going to be davening? Constantly working. Rabbi say you got to take the hit. I'm just asking the Olam that when I read my emails, I say my jokes, my shtusim, those who know, there's gematrias involved, there's a lot of Torah under the surface. What's the gematria of Toto? It's 30. What else is gematria at 30? Avatiach. You have to know how to put the things together. If you just look deeper, that's all I'm saying. Please don't judge me on the surface, especially after I only slept an hour and a half last night. The fun of Tzor v'cheres. Tonight? Today? No, today I'm good. That was Leon Welcher's fault. He sent me a 2-hour and 3-minute video of myself. When I'm not going to watch the whole thing from beginning to end. A big part of it was you, Jonathan, that whole Purim shtick in the beginning. No, I didn't watch the whole thing, but then he called me up at 2 a.m. He thought, listen, he's up anyway, he's watching. Let me schmooze with him at 2 a.m. So we schmoozed, and then I had to get up to prepare the shear, so whatever. And then it was all toilet, bathroom talk, and then, fine. We're not done with the Beis HaKisei. You have an option in front of you. You have a stone, and you have a piece of earthenware. What do you do? Is Leon up there? Leon, wave. I see Avi Mandelbaum. I see the whole olam. It's great, this screen, but it's going to be even better. I see our friend from Clifton. I see the doctor. Dr. Epstein, one day you'll come here. It's getting a little, he's waving. It's getting better. I know you're a little concerned and you have the right to. But Be'ezer Hashem, soon. So we have a machlokes. Rav Huna Amar here. Rav Huna, the father of Rav Huna. Not the famous Rabbi, but Rav Huna Amar Mekanech b'tzrov Mekanech b'cheres. You have the option. You have a stone and you have cheres. We just discussed it. What should you do? One is muktzah, one is sakana. Says Rav Huna, use the muktzah. That's right. Rav Chisda Amar Mekanech b'cheres. No, don't do muktzah. Use the sakana. Ve'im mekanech b'tzrov. Meisvei. We have a problem with Rav Huna. Hoyelefan of tzrov v'cheres. Seems to be a brisa that says specifically like Rav Chisda. If you have the option, you have a stone and you have a piece of earthenware in front of you on Shabbos, don't use the muktzah. To the Rav Huna, it's a bomb question. What kind of cheres are we talking about? Smooth cheres. A part of the kli that's smooth, so there's no sakana of getting cut. And that's why he said that you should use cheres. Ein chanami. If, according to this, if the cheres is regular cheres and it's sharp and it's a sakana, then don't use it. Use the stone instead. And what if you have another option? You have a stone and you have grass. So there's two pshatim in Rashi. Rashi says one pshat, we're talking about it in the weekday. We're talking about a sakana of the weekday. Grass could cut you, it's sharp. Second pshat is from his Rabbeim. We're talking about Shabbos. Obviously, you're not allowed to cut grass out of the ground. If you're cutting it, that's toilish asur. So he's using it attached to the ground. It's kind of weird, kind of strange. So, machlokes Rav Chizda v'Rav Amnuna. Chad omar mekaneach b'tzroi ve'enu mekaneach b'asavim. It's better off to use a muktzah d'Rabbanan rather than using grass that might be detached as you're using it. V'chad omar mekaneach b'asavim mekaneach b'tzroi. Okay, use the grass, better off. Now, what about a big problem that Rashi brings up? There's a mechuber. Midrabbanan, you're not allowed to touch a tree on Shabbos. You're not allowed to, things that are attached to the ground, you're not allowed to deal with. Says Rashi, a big yisoid in Shas. There's no mechuber, there's no problem of this mechuber business when it comes to plants and things like that. Something that's tough that might break off, that's a isser. We have to say, that's what Rashi says. Lo yasru ela bi'ilanu b'konim uzradim l'fishem kashim. Something that's tough and could break. But not grass. Interesting. Meisvei hamikaneach bedover sha'ur sheilat is boy. So now we're introducing a whole big problem. It's even negea to us a little bit today. Anything that's flammable is not permitted to be used as toilet paper. And what is toilet paper? Flammable. So what do? Hamikaneach bedover sha'ur sheilat is boy. Shino v'atachtoino is noishrois. Sakana, lekashia, hobelachin, hobeyivation. If it's moist, it's not flammable, so it's not a problem. Hobeyivation, it's dry. That's the problem. The Ramah speaks about it. There's a whole need on here. What do we do in our days? So they're saying that it's not so much shin of tachtonis noishrois that it's a physical thing. It's more of a ruchnis thing. It's more like a kishuv thing, and it doesn't so much apply today. Others say shomer p'sayim Hashem. Or they'll say, the Ramah says, the famous lashon, chazuma amodvar, this is what we do. How and why, I don't know, but this is what the Olam is doing. This is the minhag of the Olam. Fine. But there is a concept, just realize there's a concept called ha'ur shaletis. If it's flammable, problematic. Because you're asking yourself the entire sugya, what is going on here? Why are they using stones? What are they, crazy? And the answer is because they had an issue. You have flammable, that's a sakana, and the next best thing is a sharp stone. Huh? It's not. Oh, wet wipes is not flammable. Very good. Yeah. Or that was yesterday's sugya, the bidet, like the Europeans. Not going to go into it. I got an email from my good buddy. When can I come pick up the S350? We're going to find out in affiliate marketing. Hello. So, I got an email today. A guy's learning with pigeons gone. He's like, could you please give us more recommendations? I used it. It's unbelievable. It works. So listen, he didn't stop. Whatever I know. I'm not saying this time in light. There's a guy on Zoom right now, Avi Kamiansky, and I really appreciate it. Anytime he has a good idea, like he goes on a good tiyul, or he buys a suit. You know those people, they buy a suit for $10, they don't tell anybody. It's for them. He comes to shul and he tells the whole, I like that. That's gishmak. So I know of a product. I'm trying to help the olam. You don't want to listen to me, don't listen to me. I'm saying it be remazim. As much remazim that a guy that's only slept for an hour could say. The best thing out there. Don't buy the $1,000 one. Literally for 35 shekel, change your life. Says the Gemara, and don't send me email with you learning on that bidet thing, okay? I got the idea with the pigeon thing. Says the Gemara, the Sanyo, there is a guy from the Shir that made a video of how to, whatever, Avi sent it, he wanted to put it on Zoom, Baruch Hashem, he didn't. It was clean, he was wearing clothes, but whatever. Where are we? Oh. A person holds himself back, holds himself in, doesn't go to the bathroom. So we learned the whole, there's other sugyas that we learned in Brachas about the Isser of, about the Shaksu. Thank you. Rav Chizda, it's so beautiful when you have the oilam hairs. Yeah, you don't have to wait 25 seconds until the guy types it up on Zoom and whatever. Rav Chizda Ravina. Machlaik is Rav Chizda Ravina. He's going to have bad breath. How? Rashi explains how. Because the material in his body decays and starts coming upwards. It's an actual condition today. If you don't, whatever. Ruach ra, oh yeah, it's called, I wrote it down. Digestive halitosis, thank you. Who said that? The guy up there, the Mordechai Seltzer. You're right, halitosis, it's the thing. He'll have bad body odor. It comes out in the sweat. I can prove you that the guy that says, the one that says, not the guy Chas V'Shalom, Rav Chizda and Ravina, the one who says that it's a body odor, if somebody eats, when he has to go to the bathroom, it's like trying to heat up an oven with old coals. Not going to work. So trying to throw in food on top of old food, it's not beneficial. And it continues. This is bad body odor. This is the beginning of it. Don't try it. In other words, that's the issue. This is brought down in Mishnah Berurah also. Take it from the sugya. If a person feels like he has to go, it's not constipated a little bit, stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down. Rav Chana ben Ardo Amar, not enough to stand up and sit down, but try to go to another bathroom. In other words, walk. As we see soon, walking is good. Rav Amnuna Amar, you should massage himself a little bit with a stone. Go on WhatsApp or whatever, YouTube, be Masiach Das. You ever noticed, you try to turn one of those things on in the bathroom, you stay there, you don't know, because you're in Koil, you don't know about these things. But if you all of a sudden an hour later, you find yourself still in the bathroom. Why? Because you're Masiach Das from the bathroom. All of a sudden, you're watching a movie. It doesn't work together. Yeah, don't go on WhatsApp. Don't do that stuff. Concentrate on what you're trying to do and you'll get done with your business. Don't think about other things. I saw with my own eyes an Arab, got up, sat down, it spilled like a pot. So it works. If a person walks in to a meal, now it's very uncomfortable if you have to excuse yourself, and especially in those days, go out into the forest, find your thing, find your 3 types of stones and the whole matzav. You show up 20 minutes later, the children's already served. It's like, where were you? What happened to you? So you try to do everything beforehand. Yahalach asara pahamim shel arba amis. We had this already in brachas. I think in brachas, no? Somewhere, somebody. So machlokes, do you do 10 times 4 or 4 times 10? What's better, to walk 10 amas 4 times or 4 amas 10 times? And then you could go, relax, have a meal. Says the Mishnah. Cheres, what do I do with a piece of earthenware? How big of a size is it? To put between the slats. I don't want these slats, I don't want these beams. 2. Mordechai, could you zoom in on this? I got 2 emails. I want the people to see the tchelas. What? You see it on Zoom. What about YouTube? The YouTube guys. But this is not the YouTube we're using. There's another YouTube, B'kitzur. The only thing I added to Yoni's picture is tchelas. That's it. I'm also an artist.
I'm not so sure that will be
I know you won't. You want to use my pictures? Great. But don't add your shtusim to them. Anyway, no, I saw in Pirush Chai, basically it's based on the Rishonim, that if you have slats that go like this, they end on a spitz, so you have to, you're doing different things with different pieces of earthenware. It's not just as simple as Yoni drew it. Different Rishonim, different things. Fine. You want to pick up a coal. So whatever, how big is a coal? A coal is this big, so a piece of earthenware that's literally, this size. Seems like it's even more. A whole revius of water, this size. I don't have a great raya, but there's some sort of hint in the Torah. It says in the Navi, I'm not going to find, even the Navi is saying, you're doing bad, you're acting like the Mitzrayim, whatever. I'm going to destroy your house, you destroy everything. You're not going to find a single piece that's valuable. A piece of earthenware, you're not even going to find a piece of earthenware that you could pick up a coal with it. It's a great riot to me that with a piece of earthenware I pick up a coal. I don't understand you. You're making a hard stop in the middle of the pasuk. Just continue in that pasuk. Misham raya, that's the end of that pasuk. It says to scoop up water. No, so it says you have to scoop up water. Menachem is telling me 10 minutes, but you obviously didn't turn the page. It's only 10 lines, no? Says the Gemara. Iboilu shiur the Reb Meir nafesh, shiur the Reb Yosi nafesh. The Mashal takes this out. The Gemara says, Mistaber shiur the Reb Yosi nafesh. It makes sense logically that Reb Yosi's shiur is larger. In other words, to fill up water or revius is larger than holding a small coal. But what should we do? Umikra shiur the Reb Meir nafesh. But from the pasuk, the flow of the pasuk, it seems like to hold a coal is larger. Why? It doesn't flow well. You have to start off with a larger piece. I'm not even going to leave you a large piece. And by the way, you're so bad that even the small pieces I'm going to destroy. But you don't say I'm going to destroy everything. It's going to be the size of dirt. And by the way, I'm only going to leave you larger pieces. That doesn't flow. We start with a small kli, and then he curses out the larger kli. So, says Abaya, what's going on here is that he needed to get, like, have you ever been to like Ba'omer fire? In Israel especially, not this year. Massive fires. How far away do you need to stand in order not to burn your face? You have to stand 20, 30 feet away. So if you want to get to the large bonfire to get a small coal, it's not the size of the coal that we're talking about. We need a kli that can grab it without burning off your fingers. So it's a much larger kli than a small little cup that can hold a revius, says Abaya. At the end of the day, you see from the pasuk that gathering water from a kli cheres is considered chashuv. Reb Meir says no. You're not going to find anything even for fire. It's not the pshat in the pasuk that I'm going to leave you a kli. I'm not even going to leave you a kli that can hold a coal, which is chashuv. The opposite. Coals are not chashuv. This kli is so not chashuv that even that I'm not going to leave you. That's what the pasuk is saying. Don't learn from the pasuk that we're talking about something that's valuable. The pasuk is saying you're so bad, I'm not even going to leave you unvaluable things. That's how bad you are. Everything is going to be destroyed. Hadron Allah chamoitzi yayin, hadron Allah chamoitzi yayin, hadron Allah chamoitzi yayin. Omer Rebbe Kiva. Minayin la'avodah zara. Now the Mishnah starts, the parak starts with avodah zara. We're holding Masechtas Shabbos because there's a series of Mishnayos that say minayin, and they work on the concept of a smachta. There's not 100% raya, but some sort of a hint. And eventually we're going to get to Hilchos Shabbos about bris milah. The first halacha is, Minayin la'avodah zara shemitame b'maso kinida. How do I know that avodah zara, if I carry avodah zara in a bag, whatever, I become tamei? Just like tumas nida. If a nida carries something, even though she's not touching it, masa, becomes tamei. Shenemar, tizreim, you should throw it away. It's talking about avodah zara. Avodah zara, throw it away. It's disgusting. Get rid of it. Kimoy dava. Dava is like a nida. Say toimar loy. Scream at it. Get out of here. Say, go. What are you doing here? Ma nido mitame b'maso. Just like a nida has tumas maso. Af avodah zara mitame maso. So this is like an asmachta. Learn avodah zara from nida. Not awesome. We learn Mishoya Beis Yisomach Avodah Zara. We learned the Masechtas Avodah Zara. If your house, so here's the what happened. A Jew built a house. Comes the guy, Ganav, and he builds a house using his wall. He takes another 3 walls. Oh, Shalom Aleichem, I have a house. And then he does Avodah Zarah. It seems like from Rashi and Avodah Zarah especially, that he worshipped the wall. The wall is actually worshipped. It's not his wall. And then it fell down. So if the Jew rebuilds it, in essence, he's building a wall for Avodah Zarah. So what does he do? Also live nicer. He said, he has to distance himself 4 amas, daf pei beis, amid beis, and he goes from there. But what if the guy didn't steal it? They actually shared a property and they built a wall on it. So his 4 amas of the Jew that he has to be merachik from the Avodah Zarah starts from the halfway point, because half is the Avodah Zarah, so he has to move himself even more from the halfway point of the wall. Here's the big point that we're trying to get to: avanav, the stones, ve'etzav, the wood, va'afarav, and whatever dirt, the mortar, whatever is part of this wall, metamim kisheretz. They have a tumah of a sheretz, but sheretz is a little lighter. Sheretz is not metamim b'masa. B'maga, you got to touch it physically. You can't just say, oh, it's in a box somewhere here on the truck and everything is metamim. Shenemar shaketz tishaksenu. When it's talking about Avodah Zarah, it's like a sheketz, like a sheretz. We have an asmachta to a nida, and I'm learning from nida that Avodah Zarah is like nida. It's a stronger tumah, the tumah of masa. Omer Rabba, tizreim do makro, nakrinu minoch kizar. Get out of here, like a zar. So again, the Ben Yehoyada says, I think I saw yesterday, I'm pretty sure it's the Ben Yehoyada. If I'm not mistaken, that this is what he says. I'm drawing some sort of a blank here, but I think what he's saying is that a typical nida comes back to her husband. Over here, we're saying kizar, tizreim, a lashon of get out forever. Don't ever come back. Not that there's a tumah that's able to come back. Fine. Nakrinu minoch kizar. Say to Marloi, he kones al to Marloi. Never tell him to come back. Never welcome back. Gone. V'amarabo. So now we have a machlokes. B'masa de kulam aloi pligi de mitamo de discussion nida. Everybody's going to agree that Avodah Zarah is tomei when you lift it up because there's some sort of hekesh tanida. Ki pligi be'even misamo. Okay, what's even misamo? Even misamo is this right over here, some sort of, just for the purpose of illustrations. This is a stone, a very large stone, very heavy stone. Now, this stone, all stones, not mekabel tumah. Unbelievable chiddush. If this stone is on a stand, it's on a stand, and there's a zav. This guy is a zav or a nido, whatever, one of these people that has tremendous tumah. The tumah travels through the stone. If there's a kli underneath the stone, it's mekabel tumah. Crazy halacha. Tumah travels through and through. Big chiddush. Even though I would say, let's say this was metal, it would be a lot more understandable. Okay, a metal is mekabel tumah, my tumah goes into the metal, travels through. Over here, even though this should be a hefsek, even misamo, it goes right through and through. All sorts of halachas, for hesses, for maga, we're talking about for standing on it, moishav, it goes right through. Not touching. No, it's underneath, not touching.
Like the opposite of oil.
Yeah, very good. A reverse oil, but over here, oil wouldn't work in this case because it's an evan. You know what I'm saying? It's there. There's no pesach tefach. I mean, there's some sort of mechitza here. So it's like even worse. It's like you have it also. You have in Tumah that it goes into the ground. What's it called? No, what's the lashon? What? Bekev oilav, bekev yored, maybe. Okay, fine. But where's the machlokes? How strong is Avodah Zarah? Is Avodah Zarah also to the point that if I put an idol right over here on top, that the tumah goes down through and through? Avodah Zarah has the same power because I learned from Nida. No, stop. Yes.
Ellie?
I'm listening.
It's not whether Avodah Zarah and the Sama works by it and it's going to come underneath. It's whether you put Avodah Zarah on top of it, whether it's
Yeah, I just said that. Oh, did I just say that? If Avodah Zarah goes on top, like the Zav, does the power go through? Over here we're talking about, look. So, in case not everybody understood, because this guy is a Zav. This Kli is Tahar. Does the Tumah go down? Do you take that halacha and say the same thing? This guy is a shtik Avodah Zarah. He's fake. He's just a thing. He's I seriously, I wouldn't have put this picture if I would have realized. This is literally at Salem. No, yeah, even to show, we don't depict it. Wow. Okay. Chotasi avisi pashati. So, I didn't realize. Wow. So, if this was Avodah Zarah, does it go downwards? Thanks, Noam. Look what you caused. Busha v'charpa. Avodah Zarah v'tam v'misama v'rabbanan sarvi kisheretz.
Text messages were flying before Noam's comments.
Really? Look at those guys. They're enjoying themselves. The Zoom guys are enjoying it. We need a screen over here also for everybody. They don't have to twist their neck and see what's going on in Zoom. Everybody. Seth, is it, I don't know if it's politically correct what I just did. Okay. Yeah, we got another minute because over here we have a minyan. And Menachem's son showed up for the minyan. Learn some Torah. Sit down. Chap a seat. Just a few more lines. Until the end of the page. So at the end of the day, everybody agrees. There's a hekesh to sheretz, there's a hekesh to nida. What do we learn from what? You want to learn from nida, this concept of vevim misama goes all the way down. But what are you going to do with sheretz? Limisham shel. That the kalim that serve the Avodah Zarah, they are less. They don't go with the vevim misama. They'll be mitama b'maga, but not with the vevim misama. No, not b'masa. So they're not mitama b'masa and not b'evim misama. But Rabbanan that do compare Avodah Zarah to a sheretz, so why does the Torah compare it to a nida? Lemasa. Ask the Gemara, okay, so Avodah Zarah you can't, if you carry it, everybody agrees, like we said before, you're matama b'masa. V'loiksha rachmana l'nevela. Why don't you compare Avodah Zarah to nevela? That what? The nevela does have the concept of masa, just lifting it, even though not touching it, you're matama. But there's no, obviously, even misama, or however you pronounce it. I don't know, some guys in Yeshiva might pronounce it differently. Or the art scroll, misama, I don't know how they pronounce it. There is no even misama when it comes to a nevela, a dead corpse of an animal. Says the Gemara Enochanami, we do compare it to nevela. Here's a new concept. If Rahman al-Islan, a woman is a nida and they do surgery, they have to amputate her leg. The leg is not nida anymore. Yes, I know what you're saying. A leg has to be buried, and the leg is tomei tumas meis, which is very chomer, tumas oil, maga, but not even misama. It loses the even misama. It loses that thing. It's very tomei, but it loses misama. So if you break off, here, right over here, this does not have even misama. This part of the gesh, this mamash neighbor here, let's make it a little smaller. Here, this is not even misama. If you do it this way, you don't. Okay, fine. You get the idea. No, this way. Sorry, this way. Even misama doesn't go this way. Yeah. But so if that's the case, why did Rav Chama ask this question? If Avodah you break off a limb, is it mitam or not mitam? Tishlei maha the Rabbanan Einay Levarim. We just said that when it comes to Avodah Zarah, this loses its tumah, this aver. Says the Gemara, Rav Chama bar Guya liba de Rav Kiva barla. Yeah, according to Chacham, you're right. There is no. But here's Rashi explains beautifully. Do we use this hekesh according to Rabbi Kiva to make a kula? To say, maybe I use the hekesh, say, oh, Avodah Zarah is so chomer, it's like a nida, it's like a this, it's more tumah. But to say less tumah, to say that this aver doesn't get tumah because of my hekesh, maybe Rabbi Kiva says, no, don't use the hekesh for that purpose. Don't be makel. So that's why Rav Chama had the question, and we'll continue. It's basically the same sugya, just we're taking it one step lower, and we'll finish tomorrow, Be'ezer Hashem. Have a great day. We did more than a daf, Noam. You see? More than a daf. I didn't count the words, but I know it looks less than 135. Oh, sorry, Tehillim. Noam, listen, once you're on Zoom, once you're saying, you should say Tehillim. Why do you say Tehillim? I think we all hear you here. YouTube will hear you. Go, say Tehillim, go. Could you get him unmuted, maybe? Shir Amalois Mimamakim Kosichu Adinoi Adinoi Shemo Bekoili Tienos Nacho Kashuvois Lekoi Tachanunoi Im Avoinois Tishmorio Adinoi Miyamoin Kim Chaslicho Lemanti Vorei Kivisi Adinoi Kivson Avshi V'Ledvoroi Yecholti נפשי לאדוני, משומרים לבויקר, שומרים לבויקר. יחי ישראל אל אדוני, כי מאדוני החסד, והרבה עמו יפדוס. והוא יפדס ישראל מכל אבן יסוף. ואכן כל ישראל נשאו בסוף ושיבי,